Welcome back, guys. Yeah, back to Simply Sarj. So today's topic, we're going to be talking about how to make chai tea. Now, there are traditional way of drinking tea, especially chai. Chai in Indian language means tea, but quite often in the West we tend to call it chai tea. So when I was growing up, my family were pretty familiar with calling it, have you made some chai for me? Or is there any cha left? Or is there any tea left? So what involves in making of chai tea is basically the different masala. So masala we call, spice is a word for masala, okay? So this is how the garam masala, which is not going in the tea, but basically gives you an idea why it is called garam masala, so warm spices. So the warm spices that we are using today is, of course, I have made a big batch of it. In here I have got cinnamon stick and some fennel seeds and of course some cloves, as well as, which I ran out of, some cardamon pods. But what I did was, in a mortar and pestle, I have actually given them a little bash. By giving it a little bash, basically the flavors actually come through the spices. Now in here I have got a mug of water, all right? So I'm going to warm that up, or actually bring it to boil basically. So now in here I also have loose tea in here, as well as all the spices that I talked about just now. Okay, what I'm going to do, the way that I make it, I don't like it overly spicy, like let's say some people will put pepper in it, peppercorns, some will put ginger in it, but I like to just keep it simple. So for that one mug I'm going to drop a mixture of that chai which goes into it, and that's mixed in with loose tea as well. To that I am actually going to add 1 tea bag of tea as well. What that does, that simply gives you that strong taste of chai. If you're drinking chai light, which means that you don't want the tea to be too strong, I would say you actually omit the tea bag. You really don't need that tea bag in there. But because we are going to be having it with milk, that's why you need to actually add that tea bag. To that, so have a look at that. I can smell the aroma, but obviously you can't, but I think all of you know what these spices and the fragrance of these spices smell like. Today we're going to actually do a vegan chai tea, okay? So at Simply Sarj, we usually do vegan chai tea. I have also found a coconut milk that is condensed coconut milk, And then I also have, earlier on, I asked my husband to look for a can of ordinary condensed milk, but he's gone high and low looking for it. He could not find it. Luckily enough, earlier on I was making some tea for a customer, and I have got some remaining in this container. So this is your ordinary condensed milk, and this is, of course, is a coconut condensed milk. The coconut condensed milk, when open, I have got one opened here. It's not as white as normal condensed milk will look like, okay? Generally, what you'll find with a vegan chai tea, the tea will come through stronger. And when you're using a milk-based chai tea, obviously, it will be more milkier in color. With the vegan chai tea, what you need to then decide is that, so you've got the sweetener, which is your condensed milk. Now you've got to decide what kind of milk you're going to be using. So you've got the plant-based milk, which is a coconut milk, and then you've got also a plant-based milk, of course, oat milk. So what I tend to do here at Simply Sarj, I tend to mix them both, because often what you'll find, if you're using different variety or any, the variety that you've been used to, if your milk is curdling when you're making your chai tea, it simply means that it cannot take that intense heat that is required when you're doing, or making chai tea. So I'm going to add a little bit of oat milk in there. So here you have it. Again, it is not as milky as normally, with your normal dairy milk. But the coconut milk tends to be little bit more milkier, okay? So that goes into it. As you can see, it is still light. Now to sweeten it, to make it a little bit more traditional, so what we're going to do is that we are actually going to add some of this vegan condensed milk. So what I like to do is add it into a little jug, like so. So 2 teaspoons of it goes into it, just like that. And then, of course, you strain it. So strain the tea. It's actually smelling beautiful and looking nice as well. So what I generally find with the vegan chai is that because of the milk factor, it is not dairy, so it doesn't actually froth up as much as the milk chai tea. I will show you both versions so that way you can see. So in Malaysia, growing up, what you will find is that this will be called a pull chai, okay? So you go as high as you can, and then go the other way around. Oops, little drops. So as high as you can, okay? There you have it. So this chai you will find is not as milky, okay? So I'll leave that one there. Now I'm going to add some more water into my pot. So this time round I'll show you how to develop the froth with your traditional milk. So again, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to add a teaspoon of my already mixed chai, which has got all the spices like I said earlier, and it also has loose tea in there. So to that, 1 tea bag is nicely coming to boil. Now this is where, of course, if you are vegan and you can't take dairy, so what we do at our store, we have got 8 different sinks around here. So we have different pots to make your tea in, so that we can stay ethical in this way. So we make the vegan tea first in any case, and then we produce the milky tea later, like I'm doing so right now, okay? So when you come along to my stall, you'll know what we're doing. So in here goes the normal dairy. So you'll find a lot whiter, just like the milk is. We'll bring it to a boil. I'll pop this away. And now let's prepare the actual condensed milk, okay, with dairy. Luckily enough, I have got 2 teaspoons left in here. Thank goodness, I should say few to my husband, because he was looking high and low for it. And then he actually said to me, come on, you didn't set me up, did you? Because you want to see me, going crazy on camera. I said, no, you're not going to be on camera. We're going to be, in the back scene. But I'm going to hear you anyway. But so he didn't find it anyway. So here we have it. I have boiled this tea over. As you can see, a lot of mess has been made. But mind you, this is at the end of the day, right? And I am still here, by the way. So 3 o'clock, the market shut. All right. So let's make the normal condensed milk tea. Here you have it. And I'll show you the difference later on about the froth that I talked about earlier. Now, do you know, I'm right-handed, so I think I can pull this tea higher with the right hand. So let's go again. Cameraman, do you like that? Did I pull it high enough? Thumbs up! Yay! Here we have it. All right, I am hoping you can see the difference in froth. So if you're able to view that, so let's have a look at it, okay? So look at the both chai, and that way you'll know the difference between it. So Stephen is still filming. Yeah. Or is it a camera? There we go. Yeah. Let's have a look at that froth before it actually disappears. So this is your traditional chai and this is your vegan chai. Either way, they're both delicious. Now, let's look and see who's going to actually send me or type me some messages. If you've got any messages for me, now's the time. So if you have got any questions for me, now's the time, because the cameraman seems to be ready and waiting. And I have been very fortunate. Yesterday, I met Huda from MasterChef Australia. She was in the recent, episode. She has actually agreed to come on the show with me, and I think we are going to show you how to make some of my roti. So I can't wait for that. So you'll have to join me again next week. So cameraman, do we have any questions? Yep. No? Okay. So don't forget to leave me a question. Don't forget to leave me a review if you have eaten my food on Google review, or if you're a happy cow, customer, then obviously hashtag happy cow, and that's quite okay too, and review over there as well. And as you know, Simply Sarj Cooking, if you're on my Instagram and Simply Sarj, of course, you can view this video on YouTube as well. Okay. So I hope to see you again starting next week. So if you haven't got any messages to type, yep, all good. See you then. Bye.